Hi there. Welcome back to the Lisa Nichols Show. This is that space, that safe space, say safe space, that we come together to share the tools to create the life that we deserve and the life that we desire. This page, this channel is for gladiators, game changers, leaders, unicorns. Those of us who put our cape on every day and we go out and save somebody's world, or we go out and support somebody's efforts. Today, I want to talk to coaches, leaders, and anyone out there who's in the business of transforming lives in whatever unique way that you do it. Whether you're guiding one person or leading a room full of people, I know I didn't step into this work just as a coach. I know that you didn't step into this work just to be a coach. In whatever world you're in, however you inspire people, you're here to create meaningful impact. I'm sitting out in my front lawn, and so you may hear my neighbors or the construction workers, but I love it because our lives are always under construction. So anytime you hear a sound that indicates work is being done, remember, on us, you and I, work is always being done. Let's be honest. Transforming lives isn't about showing up with just good intentions. Whether you want to transform your children's lives, your family's lives, your clients' lives, your community's lives, it's about showing up with the right tools. And the right tools include the right mindset. How many times have you seen someone show up to something and they couldn't get all the blessings out of it because they didn't bring the right mindset? And you want to understand what's the process? How many times have we had the right mindset, the right desire, but we didn't know the right process to change our lives or to transform something that we wanted to transform? There's a concept and an application of the right things and the right way lined up with the right people and the right intention that creates real change, not just in the moment, but for the long run, right? Transformation isn't accidental. There's no major change in your life ever that's going to be accidental. It's always, say always, it's always intentional. Every coaching session, workshop, or program that you've ever been in, or that you led, or that you want to lead, or any type of educational environment that you like to, it needs to have a clear outcome in mind. Ask yourself, if you're coaching or if you desire to be a coach, what should my client, my student, the participant with me walk away with? What should they walk away with clarity on, motivation around, a decision on, or a breakthrough in relation to? What should that be? I love telling my students, you want to ask yourself that question and then begin with the end in mind. How do you reverse engineer all the experiences to give them that outcome that you just identified? Transformation happens when you know where you're going and you lead with purpose. And, dare I say, your purpose and your intention is for a breakthrough. Income is a result of impact. I'm going to say that again. Income is a result of impact. So, today I'm going to share 4 transformational tips if you want to produce transformation in the lives of others. That'll help you to be the kind of facilitator that truly inspires breakthroughs, real breakthroughs, builds trust faster and deeper, and that moves the room in such a way, room of one or room of many, that leads to long-term lasting change. Number 1, don't take for granted the power of creating a safe, judgment-free space. This is so critical, and yet people don't think about it. People can't transform in environments where they feel judged or unsafe. But here's the big thing. You can't assume that they feel safe because they're with you. Intentionally set a safe space. Now, if you've been on my campus for a while, you're like, Lisa, I know about the safe space. Of course you do, because I always create one for you. So create a safe space. And oh, by the way, if you're a family member and you have people that you love around you, if you're a friend or if you're a parent, your personal life really would enjoy They might be surprised by you creating a safe space, but do that as well. Listening without fixing. Be fully present. That's my number two. Don't feel the need to fix. It's almost as if when the caterpillar is having the transformation and it actually dies away and then the butterfly emerges. Initially, you feel the struggle, or the caterpillar's in this cocoon in their struggle, or the butterfly, I should say, the newly formed butterfly is in a cocoon, and they feel the struggle, and they're working to break out of the cocoon. If you come and slit that cocoon to help the butterfly will live and die without ever leaving the ground. They'll never fly. You know why? Because the muscles in the butterfly's wings are actually built in the struggle of getting out of the cocoon. So don't fix your client's problems. Be fully present. Sometimes listening with compassion is the most powerful coaching tool ever, and asking the right question so that they can discover their own answers. That way, you don't give them the fish, you teach them how to fish. Next, affirming your client's strengths. See your client's potential even when they can't see it for themselves, and then allow them to borrow your lenses and see themselves through your lens. Remind them of who they are becoming. And you do this many times, at least I've done this for years, by not going over their to-do list. They're completely consumed with their to-do list. But take a moment and go over their to-done list. What are all the things that got them right there in front of you? When people see themselves through your lens, or they feel seen, heard, and valued, they're willing to take bolder steps. Next, use transformational language. Now, let me just say, words create worlds. I'll say that again. Words create worlds. Your life is a living manifestation of the conversation that's going on in your head. So use powerful, intentional language that inspires action and belief. And then the next, shift the narrative. Replace limiting beliefs with possibility focused thinking. Now, let me just talk about that. When you're replacing a belief system, you have to understand that there's a commitment to that belief system. This is my belief system. Money is hard to make. Women, my complexion cannot be considered beautiful. That's a beautiful bird flying somewhere. That's possibility. To undo that, ask yourself empowering questions. Have your clients ask themselves empowering questions. Instead of, why can't you? Ask, what if you could? Or, what would it look like if you did? If you shift the way the question is asked, and I like to call it forward pulling questions. So, a negative, draining question is, what if it doesn't work? And a powerful question, but how is it that we can make it work? What does it take to make this work? The brain searches for the answer. The right words can reframe thoughts. And when you reframe thoughts, you reframe realities. When you reframe realities, you reframe action steps. You do something new and different, you'll have to have something new and different. It's just like the law of math. 1 plus 1 is going to equal 2. If I do something different, I'll have to have something different. But the doing something different starts in the believing something different. The believing something different starts in the saying something different to yourself. So, and then the next, coach the person, not just the question. When you're coaching in a group setting, maybe it's easy to focus solely on the specific question that the client brings up. You are missing a huge opportunity for transformation, because transformation happens when you coach the whole room and not just the individual in the hot seat. Now that's a crafty thing. You have to learn how to do that. I call it opening up the door so everyone else's story can fit in the current one being spoken of. Opening up the door. Same thing when you're telling your story or when you're speaking. There's a technique that I teach inside of my When My Soul Speaks training, or my Ignite training, about opening the door so that the audience can see themselves in your story. Same thing if you're coaching someone. Matter of fact, you want to lead with, I'm coaching one, but I'm coaching, and let the room complete the sentence, everyone. And so you may want to ask the question, who else has this question, to see who's relevant, and then keep opening that door. And then the next tip for you is to see beyond the question. Oh, this, I believe, over the years has become one of my superpowers, is to see not only what's right there, but to see what's beyond there. Listen for the universal lessons in what's being shared. Listen for what not only what the challenge the person is sharing with you, but something else that they're navigating through, something else that's underlying. I think probably 9 times out of 10, the the challenge that my clients bring to me that is not the challenge that I'm going to solve with them and we're going to solve together. That's going to change things. They bring to me this problem, and then through listening and being present and asking other discovery questions, we get to the root. Otherwise, as a coach, you're treating all the leaves. You're addressing all the leaves at the end of the tree and at the end of the branch, when in fact transformation happens at the root. So you want to always go, what's the seed to this leaf? There's birds everywhere. I love that sound. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a beautiful sound of life and nature. Next, teaching through the process. As you coach, or speak to the room, use language that helps everyone reflect on how the insight applies to their own journey. Remember, anytime you talk, if you're a coach and you're producing transformation, you are a vessel, and transformation is coming through you to them. So it can't stop at your story. It can't stop at being about you. The opportunity is to teach through every conversation by allowing everyone to see their own journey in your speech, in your training, in every moment that you're in front of them. And then my next one, invite participation. Remember, this is not a monologue. Oh my God, if you want to produce transformation, you got to be quiet. So transformation can occur. So discovery can occur. Ask the group, who else can relate to this? Or how does this apply to where you're, or how does this apply to where you are right now? You got to really fight that urge to teach, 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 teach. I can tell you this, you will never, ever in one setting get out all that you know about that topic. So don't try to get it out. You will never, ever in 2 settings. Just a nugget. It's more important to feed your clients spoonful of content and spoonfuls of opportunity that they can chew on, digest, and apply than to give them a boatload, a dump truck of information that they can't do anything with because they're an overload. I used to do that. Oh, I overload everyone. I barfed on everyone. Oh, I put it all out there. I want to give them as much as I could in this moment that we have, and they were like glazed over like this. No hablo español. Like, it literally was bad. Oh, thank God I learned a few things over the years. Trust the process. Oh, here's the key part. Even when it's messy, here's the key part to that. It's going to get messy. Here's the other reality. Transformation isn't linear. It's a journey filled with breakthroughs and setbacks and growth and tears and snot and tissue and the client getting mad at you because you're causing them to have to develop a muscle that they've allowed to sit in atrophy because they didn't know that they needed it, or they weren't aware, or they were too scared to address it. Transformation is messy. Transformation is riddled with irritation. So my next point, stay committed. Even when your clients feel stuck, hold space for their success. Don't get triggered when they get stuck. Don't get triggered when they get defensive. They hired you. They engaged in you. They asked you. They consulted you to help them get through the anger, the stuckness, the fear, the resentment, so you can't join them there. Hold space for them. Be a stand for them. I've had so many hard conversations, some where I'm made to be the villain, and I hold space so that we can navigate through this. That's your opportunity. Next, model resilience. Share your own journey when appropriate. Your authenticity will inspire theirs. Now, I got to say, this is a dance. because your clients will only put as much skin in as you put in. You want them to put skin in, you put some skin in. But hold on, this ain't about you. So you have to, when appropriate and inappropriate doses, not utilize transformational coaching or workshops for your own therapy. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. I'm old enough in this industry. Some people call me a legend. Other people just call me old enough in the industry to say that. I've watched enough great coaches interject at the right times with the right amount of relevancy and sharedness and vulnerability and authenticity, and it just sparks the room and makes it just keep going and growing. And then I've seen other coaches overshare, share too much, and really it's about you. We're not getting any growth because there's no space for growth. There's space for a question and then your life, a question and then more of your life, a question and look at there, more of your life. So trust that even when the process feels uncertain, transformation is happening beneath the surface, and you are beneath the surface with them. Now, remember, when we're together, it's not just a monologue. I'm not interested in just talking at you or to you. This is a dialogue. I'm interested in a conversation. I do want to hear from you. I always want to hear from you. So if you are a coach or you want to be a coach or a leader or you direct or you manage, whether it's in church, whether it's in corporate America, whether it's in an organization, whether it's in your own business, this, as long as you're working with humans, everything I just said applies. Only when you're working with humans. That's it. So my question to you, how are you committed to showing up for your team, your family, or your clients in a more powerful way based on what you've learned and based on what you heard today? Which tips did I offer you that you're looking forward to incorporating into your coaching and or facilitation as you move forward? What was in your blind spot? I want to know all this. Yeah, you know me. I'm your girl. I want to know it all. What was in your blind spot? Like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God, I forgot. Safe space. I just thought they knew, right? Or, oh, yeah, I want to share, but not too much, but I need to be authentic. Like, what were some of those things? And I want you to drop your answers in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Listen, I'm in this season where I don't need to coach directly anymore. I love it. I still do a little of it with executive clients in my home, a few small group. I still do it. But what I really get excited about is helping you coach because I can touch millions and millions and millions by supporting you. Remember, as you continue to transform lives of the people around you, this is always your home. And we are always your tribe. And I am always your sister. Transformation starts with you. When you make space for these coaching principles, you'll see lives changed in ways you've never imagined. I can't tell you how blown away I am at my unrecognizable life, built on those principles and those tips that I just gave you. I will always be your sister in prosperity and in possibility. I enjoy our time here. I enjoy being with you. I enjoy pouring into you. And I most enjoy hearing from you. I believe in you. Know that. I see you. Please be aware of that. I honor and respect you. Please never forget that. And I love you. Please remember that. I'll see you next time.